God bless. Happy holidays. I promised that I would do a special message for you, and I am here in front of the camera. I'm going to give you the holiday message. Holidays are very special time, for everyone, including the business people. It's a billion-dollar industry or a multi-billion-dollar industry. And not all people are able to enjoy the holidays because of constraints. And those who are able to have a very good holiday, and God bless, and we share their happiness. But this webcast focuses only primarily on people who are sad. I want to divide the session into three main areas of gift giving, sickness, and loneliness. Gift giving is a great, thing that's how you express your love to the other people. That you want to share the good things that you have with you. But what if you don't have the resources to share? Or you don't have the money even to visit your loved ones because the airplanes are very expensive, air tickets are very expensive these days. So you feel really sad that you want to give, but there's not enough to give. You are making very little money. So I thought that I would focus on this, not only for the people who have been studying with me, but this is a message for people all over the world who have constraints that they want to do things for themselves and for others, but then they don't have the financial resources. And this is a very familiar problem for most people of the world, including people living in the United States, which is considered to be the most affluent country in the whole world. But still here, people are suffering without money, especially during the holiday season, because their credit card has maxed out, and then there's no way that they can go and get money. So what do you want to do? What can you do at that? So there was this king that I have already many times have spoken about, Vishwamitra, who wanted to bless everyone with enough financial resources so that they don't have pain coming from lack of money. Because if you have solved the money problems, then you have solved most problems. So he meditated, and then he came up with a spiritual solution. He gave the sound Shreem, and I added, he gave the sound Brzee, and I added the word Shreem. And this will create miracles, because these sounds are the primordial sounds that create matter, particularly money. Now the quantum physics says that everything comes out of sound waves. The string theory, which is the latest theory on in physics, which talks about how energy becomes matter, and what is the primordial matter. The primordial matter is just vibrations. Sound vibrations, strings. That's why it's called the string theory. This Shreem Brzee is a string theory, string sound, if you will. A sound that belongs to that. It was given to me a long time ago, and I was skeptical, as many of you would be now. But now, I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to solve the financial problem on an individual level, but also it will help for countries who are suffering. So it will change the economy of the countries too. So Shreem Brzee now, that's why I put them out on the Facebook, so you can go there. More and more things are getting revealed to me about Brzee sound and how it has to be used in many different, more profound ways. So I will share with you down the road. I'm meditating on them, on those two sounds, and how to enhance the effects of these sounds, and also make sure that you get the results. So that's one thing. So when you have the money, gift giving is not a problem. So this is my holiday message as far as the finances of people are concerned. Then I want to address sickness leading to death in some cases. People are experiencing this reality too. So this is a time that you have to really work on sickness. Is it possible to stop sickness? For instance, you are witnessing that you are aging, and you are witnessing also people whom you have loved, your parents and your grandparents. They are being, not functional, losing their mind, and living a very difficult life, and it leads to death. So what is that you can do now? So I have spoken about a saint by name Gnanasambandar, who at the age of 16 turned his body into light and left. And how was he able to do that? Because he reflected on sickness and death even at the age of 6 or 7. One day I'm going to lose my teeth. One day I'm going to lose my eyesight. One day I'm going to lose my hearing. One day I'm going to lose even the ability to walk or even to eat my food. And these things are guaranteed for me and for all the human beings. And I don't want to wait until I get to that level. So he came up with several techniques to get beyond sickness, aging, and death. So I would recommend you to go revisit my programs on timeline jumping. And also, in the same program, I talk about being in the moment. If you remain in the moment, the past will not intrude into your present and will carry on into the future. You have to stop the past. Yes, I was sick yesterday, and this moment is very new, and I am going to stop it. And this seems to be like, an impossible task. But try it. Try. Their two moments are not connected. And when you get into that level, then you will be able to get into this technique. Is good for everything, not only to deal with sickness or lack of money or lack of job. You did not have a job only yesterday, and today doesn't mean that you should continue that. So this is a teaching that is applicable for all kinds of situations in life, even loneliness, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. So being in the moment is very, very important. And I'm not going to only theorize this concept. You have books written on in how to be in the now. But what I want to give you, this is my holiday gift for you. How can you live in the moment? You have to get out of the mind. Because time is mind. And I'm going to give you a technique that can help you. You can do it as I'm explaining this to you. Put your attention in the two nostrils and then say, itch, itch. And then focus on your brain. Itch. Momentarily you will suffocate. Hold the breath and leave it. Itch. Itch. I give you permission to use this technique and then make it popular, because this will certainly, like an aspirin that helps everyone with pain, put you out of mind. Then you will be in the moment, and what it does is, it will help you to deal with sickness, aging, and also the financial problems. And the next topic which I'm going to talk about is loneliness. So it will also help with loneliness. Now, in order to understand loneliness, you have to understand two things. One is aloneness and loneliness. Aloneness is very beautiful. And I want to give that as an option to people. When you are alone, you are not lonely. What is this aloneness means? Aloneness is being yourself, where you don't need the other person to fill a gap within you. And this is a very evolved level of consciousness. And I just want to talk about this to people who are wanting no relationship, who said that I have done with my relationship, I want to be just by myself. Then practice aloneness. In the aloneness, there is a relationship too. And that relationship is not with the other human person necessarily, but with your own self. Your own self is God. And that's a very beautiful experience. And then you can enhance that experience when you chant Om. You can chant Om like Om. Chant it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you'll feel that you're one with God. Then, what about people who are wanting relationship? And I have a new revelation. I have introduced this sound Kleem to attract a relationship. There are so many people out there who have been benefited. They have put their own YouTubes on Kleem. But this time, I want to use Kleem in a different way, just to see the letter Kleem in Sanskrit. What it does is it helps you to get out of the mind into another dimension by looking at this form or how Kleem is being written in Sanskrit. You will be transported into a different realm. That's one. And also a heart shape, like the thing that we use during Valentines heart, of the sacred heart. Just keep on staring at while you are chanting Kleem, 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 Kleem. You will certainly attract relationship. This is a new teaching that this is the first time I'm sharing, and I'm very happy to share it during this holiday season. When you are lonely, you just look at this Valentine's heart or Sacred Heart or the Kleem script as it is written in Sanskrit, because it brings the male and the female energy, the yin and yang. You can really recreate your destiny or rewrite your destiny. There is a destiny for everyone. And you won't be able to rewrite it unless you know certain things. First of all, you should know what you want to do. I asked a person yesterday, what do you want to do in life? I don't know. And that's the reason with many people. If you don't know what you want and adhere to the goal that you have, and then come up with game plans to actualize and create that, then you will be running the karmic path dictated by your destiny or karma. If you don't do anything and spend life unconsciously, which is the case with most people, about 99% of the people, or even more, 99.99% of the people, run a karmic life. It's not only about reflecting on karma, it is also reflecting on how to create a new destiny, how to create a calendar for you, month by month by month, what is going to happen to me. You have to make a commitment to yourself. Human evolution is a very important project for me. And that's the only thing that makes my life worthwhile for myself. God bless.